Ooh, what? Oh, oh.
Yeah.
I know. I have these like nipple covers.
Because I was gonna say, you said fuck, I don't remember what I was gonna say.
Good advice.
You should use that.
You should use that one. I go with that advice.
I can make you put your phone down.
I'm not gonna read this one because this is a lot.
Dang.
So she says, okay, what the fuck do I do? My boyfriend just left for work and I'm fuming. His alarm went off and I quickly pretended to be asleep so I don't get harassed about my sleeping patterns. I work a night schedule, get off it. Okay, I guess you're talking to me. Anyway, this motherfucker grabs my phone and proceeded to go through it. Mind you, I have nothing to hide, otherwise he wouldn't know the fucking pin to get in. This is extremely troublesome for me. I have never gone through his phone, not when he was texting his ex and hiding it from me a year into our relationship. Not when he was going to see his friend at her naked coffee stand after lying about it multiple times. I'm not that kind of a person. If I feel like I have to go through your phone, there's no reason to continue the relationship. He told me that when he and his ex were nearing the end of the relationship, he was going through her phone and hated himself for it, and he wouldn't do it again in another relationship. This isn't the first time I caught him going through my phone either. Is this regular behavior? Does he check my phone while I'm sleeping on a regular basis? What do I do? Do I confront him about it? Do I change my pin to see what the fuck the motherfucker will do? I'm fucking shaking. He grabs her phone. I don't even know why he grabbed her phone.
Yeah, I was gonna say, why did he grab her phone? I don't get it. Oh wait, okay, so yeah. So was she pretending to be asleep while he was going through her phone?
I think so.
So he's like sneaking doing it. I thought it was in front of her. I thought he was like, let me see your phone.
Oh, I think the alarm went off and then he just grabbed her phone, is what it sounds like. I do agree 100%. If you feel like you have to go through somebody's phone and you don't trust the person, then you have trust issues and you shouldn't be with that person.
You definitely should not be together.
I actually broke up with the boyfriend because for a slight moment I thought he was cheating. And I remember I was talking to somebody on the phone, and this might sound like, oh, they got into my head, but it really wasn't like that. It was just like a kind of one of those light bulb moments where I said, you know, well, what if he's not cheating, or what if da-da-da, and she's like, I think the bigger issue is the fact that you are very insecure about it and you don't trust him, obviously.
Right, yeah.
And I was like, ding, like, you're right.
Yeah.
I don't trust this person. I haven't trusted him for a while. Do I think he was cheating? Like, looking back on it, no, but I didn't trust him. So I broke up with him that night. And we're still broken. Yeah. So I do think if you have a trust issue, you need to, I don't know. I think if you're in a relationship and you have that big of a trust issue, you should probably talk about it. But you probably have really big issues.
I was gonna say, so it's like if you don't trust that person, you feel like you have to like go through their phone, then that's like one thing. But if you're the person that always has to go through people's phones, like, you have issues. You need to get it together.
I went through a boyfriend's phone one time. This was in Vegas. I was on the bad end and I kind of left him, but I was mad. So middle of night, Vegas, I leave him, or early, it was like 7 a.m. actually. I left him somewhere and came home. I wake up, he's there. But I don't know what time he got there. I had went to sleep. So when I was getting out of bed, the phone fell on the floor and it was like,
ooh, that's a sign.
Yeah,
that's a sign.
That's what I thought. And I was like, oh. And I just looked over at him and he was dead asleep. He was he was passed out. So I was like, oh my gosh, like, I feel like I'm supposed to look through his phone. I know his code. And so I did. And so
and it happened.
And he had just texted her like within the last like half an hour before I even checked it. So I don't know when he came home. This was like 3-4 hours after I had left him.
Oh my.
So I don't know if he had just gotten to the hotel. So yeah, and then he admitted to, I found out because he was like all of a sudden talking to her. He had messaged her on Facebook. For some reason, I went straight to Facebook. I was like, if he's friends with her on Facebook, something happened. If he's not friends with this person on Facebook, and I didn't know her name. I just assumed that there was a new girl on his Facebook.
Yeah.
And there was a new person on his Facebook. And that was like it for me. I didn't need to go through the rest of his phone, but I also told myself, if I don't find anything, I'm not gonna look anymore.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go on the Facebook.
Yeah.
That's it. And he did. And then he got her phone number, and I just found out all this stuff. So I was just like, man, like I never snooped through people's phones. But it just like practically threw itself to me. But that's a good indication that you don't trust the person.
Exactly.
Because
That's
if
what
that
it all goes
fun
back to.
with
Yeah.
Liam, it'd be like, put the phone right back on the bed.
Yeah.
But it didn't work like that.
That was the universe. It's like,
He's
Angie?
talking
Angie? Lord? Jesus Christ!
Jesus Christ!
I have friends who constantly snoop through their boyfriend's phone, and it drives me nuts.
Me too.
But you know what I also think is weird though is GPS on people's phones.
Oh, me and Brian have GPS.
I know, most people do, and I think that's just as weird.
I will say the only reason we have GPS. I
Whatever.
mean, even though Brian texts me and he's like, oh, you haven't left yet? I'm like, what? Let me be!
Jesse, you know what, for you though?
Sometimes though.
For you though, Selena's like on it too.
For me? Yeah, and I'm like that with Selena and my mom too.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are they doing? Oh, they're just at home. I'm calling.
Yeah, see, I don't want anybody to know where I'm at.
Yeah.
Ever. You don't need to know. I probably told you, or you don't care.
They're like somewhere busy, and you're like, oh, okay, I won't call them right now because they're doing something.
How do you know?
Because you see where they're at.
But how do you know?
Like
They're
if my mom's
busy.
at the court. Okay, why would she be at court? I don't know.
I was like, wow.
No,
Why?
like,
Because that's the first thing that came in your head.
That's a busy place that I wouldn't call her at. But
Does
I
it
mean,
tell you where they are?
yeah, it shows you exactly. Like it's like if
The
you
cross
open.
streets.
No, like if you open your maps.
Either way, maybe I'm standing outside the court. Why don't you just call me anyway?
Why are you standing outside the court?
I don't know.
trying to get picked
well,
up?
you gotta call me first. You don't know. You're only assuming that I'm busy. I just think GPS is really weird. But
like it.
I guess part of that comes from the fact that I've had friends who constantly are on GPS to find out where their boyfriends are.
Oh no,
And I
we don't
think
do
that's
that.
weird. So I think the whole GPS in general has kind of like, I'm not into it. But going through somebody's phone is it's so private. Like I don't have, like, boop, open. I don't even have a thing.
What you got
Now-
right there?
Don't worry about
What's
it.
that long conversation?
At the same time though, I should put one on when I'm probably like here. I leave it here and somebody wants to go through my phone, like they can easily.
Yeah, or
But
if someone steals your
the amount
phone.
of time it takes to like do all that shit just irritates shit out of me. I know there's like new ways now with your finger and stuff, but it's just too much for me.
Yeah, you just put your finger on it. Look
But
at
what if I have gloves on, or what if I have like something on my hand? You know, and then I'm like,
still
oh
usually
crap,
works.
it's not my finger.
It's so
Or what if both my thumbs like get burnt, and then I'm like, oh shit, I can't get my phone.
What are you gonna be doing that both your thumbs?
I don't know.
Cooking.
I could have burnt
Oops.
myself. Exactly. Cooking is a perfect example. She asked, do you confront him?
Yeah. I would change my pin. And he's gonna get pissed.
So would you confront him, or would you just change your pin?
No, I would change the pin first. Because I'd be like, what? What's
But
your problem?
I just think it's kind of interesting that she didn't just say it then.
Because she caught him.
I know, but if you already caught him, be like, why the fuck are you going through my phone?
Why you pretend sleeping?
Got me. We're going back to bed.
She's like, this is my phone? Yeah, I feel like almost that was like a test situation. Like, why
Yeah.
would you wake up and like kind of watch it? Like, knowing that it's
Yeah.
probably gonna happen. So yeah, maybe, okay, so obviously you know what's happening. So I, personally, what I would do, I would change the pin. And then he would probably get irritated and then probably be like, why'd you change your pin? Why are you going through my phone? Do you not trust me? Do you have issues? Are you cheating on me?
I guess me being me, I would have made, if I was worried about it, I would have let him look through it for a bit. And I'd be like, what are you doing? What are you doing on my phone?
Actually, I will say one time that I caught Brian going through my phone, and I was like, "What are you doing?" And no. Actually, I didn't even say what you're doing. I just looked at him, and he like put it away really fast, and like whatever. And I was like, "No, go ahead, keep going. Like it's fine. Go ahead. Are you gonna find something?" And he was just like, "No, it wasn't even like that. I was just using a flashlight." I was like, "You're using my flashlight, really?" Because you could just turn the light on. Like, it was very irritating because it's like, what? I don't understand. I don't get the purpose of doing it. I don't do it. I did it once to someone, maybe Brian. Like you said, you snoop and you find. And it's just like, if you don't want to find things, then don't be going through it.
But
Because
don't
you can
ignore
mix
yourself either.
No, but I mean, you can make scenarios up.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
you know what I
totally.
mean? Like, it's like,
Totally.
if you have that feeling, I feel like maybe confront them first before you go through like snooping, because any little thing can maybe make whatever is going on in your little mind like real, you know, even though it's probably not.
You like really blow things out of proportion.
Totally blow things out of proportion. Your mind is weird. Try to be stronger than your mind. Unless there's facts, you know, unless you like saw, I mean, the only time I would ever really truly maybe look in Brian's phone is if I like so happen to be looking over and I saw like something shady. I'd be like, okay, well tonight he's gonna be sleeping at this time and I'm gonna check it.
If I've ever seen something like little that I'm like, I don't like that, I don't know, I guess
Address
it's
it.
different. And usually just like, who's that?
I actually do too.
No, go back.
Who's from there?
But I did have a guy that I feel like every time I talk, it's like a new guy I'm talking about. So I have to date a guy. And he would have me answer his phone all the time. Like if he was across the room, be like, oh, it's so-and-so, answer it. Oh, it's so-and-so, answer it. And I'm like, mm-mm. It just made me so uncomfortable. Because he wasn't really my boyfriend.
Maybe he was trying to make you feel comfortable.
Oh, totally.
Like he's
And I was
like,
an asshole. I can't be the only one that's gone through this. Because I've gone through this with guys that I trusted, and I've gone through this with guys I didn't trust as much. Where they're looking at their phone, and then you come in and they're like, that irritates me. Even if you're not doing anything, there's no reason you should react like that. But don't do that shit. That irritates the shit out of me.
Yeah, that's pretty annoying.
Super annoying. One time, my ex-boyfriend was looking at pictures of me. And he's like...
He's embarrassed.
But it wasn't like dirty pictures. It was like my Facebook.
Yeah, that's probably weird. He was probably snooping. And he was probably
Fair
like,
enough.
don't get offended, guys out there, that we say you're stupid.
Oh my gosh.
Can't.
Or that you have a small penis.
Whatever.
You can't help it.
I need to just use the little guy for my hair.
No pun intended.
No pun intended.
Okay. Well, let us know what you think about phone snooping.
Do you do it? Do you not do it? And if you do it and you have a reason like outside of what like we say,
Yeah.
like let us know.
Maybe there's something
we
need to know. Even when you do trust the person, like, do you go through their phone? Like, why do you need to use their phone?